Now we want to switch back to our demo outline, and to do that we'll use a jump command called jump return file. And what this does is allow us to return back to the last file or any of the last 10 files that we were just visiting with the exact view we had the last time we were there. So we're just looking at a little bit about the high performance user interface, and now I want to show you a little bit about the integrated editor. That the editor in Augment takes full advantage of the structure, addressability, all the attributes, the basic attributes that drive the zoom buttons and the jump item button and the view button that you were using, the filtering, all of that. The editor takes advantage of all of those as well. Any knowledge environment that's going to support really boosting collective IQ has got to have the functionality integrated across the board, so that you don't have a browser, for example, that you can't edit in, and you don't have an editor that you can't browse in with the same browsing features that you have in your browser. So for example, if you're in your word processor and you don't have all the same browsing capabilities, I mean, that's ridiculous. So you just need these, it's got to be an open system, fully integrated. So anyway, let's take a look at what I mean by that, how an editor integrates into these browser type capabilities that you've already seen. Now we're going to switch over to a copy of the authorship file. Excuse me, I'm doing two things at once. A copy of the authorship file, and to do that I have a link embedded in here, so it'll take us exactly where we need to go for this part of the demo. And so I've selected jump link, and I can click anywhere in the paragraph, and it'll go and find the link, the next link that it finds. And so there we go, and here we are, and this is the scratch version, so we don't have to fear that we're hurting anything. So let's start by looking at some of those edit commands. We have the most fun is delete. Let's delete a word. So we say delete word. I could have typed DW for delete word. I selected delete word, and then now I'm being prompted to either mark or give the address of the word that I want to delete. Now, yes, you can give an address to a specific word in a paragraph, and I'm not going to show you how to do that now. That would be for another more detailed demo. So delete word out. Let's just go ahead and mark the word, and then OK. And so let's try that again. We delete. Where was I? Delete word and click OK. So there's a rhythm to these. It's like bing, 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 delete word, click OK, jump item, click OK. And once you get into this rhythm, this is one thing that helps with efficiency and speed. These are fine points, but they all add up to incredible efficiency and speed, and with very little distraction from your actual content of what you're working on. By having to stop and click on buttons or anything like that. So those buttons in there are fine for beginning level users, but you want to quickly graduate to becoming a more and more high performance user. If you want to be part of boosting collective IQ in your group or culture or society. Now let's see what else we can delete. Delete is the verb, and these are all the different nouns, objects that we can delete. Let's delete a character. Delete character. We'll click on a character and hit OK. And we just deleted a character. Let's see what else we can delete. Delete. This is fun, actually. Delete visible is a word that was created to include a whole visible string of characters. So for example, this is a good example of that. If I want to delete something like this, instead of choosing delete word, I would say delete visible. And all I have to do whenever I choose one of these nouns, then it knows what object I'm going after, and I only need to click one character inside that object and it will grab the whole object. So I said delete visible, we'll click once, and that's what it thinks a visible is, and that's what I meant, and so I'll hit OK. So let's see what else. Let's try one more thing. Delete. How about delete statement? Statement is sort of a catch-all word for a paragraph or a line of code or that type of thing. In Augment, it was called a statement. So, okay, let's do it. Now it's going to show us what is it. Remember, one click because it knows I want to delete a statement as opposed to a word or a visible or a character, and then I just hit OK, and there we go. So now remember, instead of pulling down the menu for any of these things, I can use the command equivalent, which in this case the first letter would be DW for delete word. Let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to type DW for delete word. Yeah. So DW for delete word, click on the word and hit OK. So delete word, bing, bing, delete word. So I can do some pretty fast editing just using my left hand on the keyboard and my right hand on the mouse, and you'll notice that the mouse hardly moves at all. Delete word, click, click, delete word, click, click. Okay. Now let's see what else I can do besides delete. Okay, copy. Let's do copy word. Copy word, we'll copy this word. Now I only have to click once in it. Copy this word, and I'm going to have it copy this word. So since it knows I'm talking about words, I only need to click one place in the word, and it highlights the whole thing, and it's going to put this word to follow this word, and it's going to adjust all the spaces for me. There we go. So that was CW for copy word from here to follow this word, and it's going to copy it there and adjust all the spaces. So there's a lot of power added just by using a verb noun. The Augment knows what the object is I'm talking about and can make smart decisions about what I'm trying to do based on that. Let's see what else I can copy. I can copy statement. Copy this statement to follow this statement, and now it's asking me, it's prompting what level I want it at. Do I want it to be at the same level, or do I want it down a level or up a level? And so I'm going to just type a D for down and click OK, and there it is. And that's how I indicate the structure. I can copy this statement to follow this statement down a level, and I can copy this statement to follow this statement at the same level, and so on. Now let's see what we have in terms of structure. I want to restructure my document, so I'm gonna choose copy branch. And what that does, a branch is a statement plus anything under it, all of its substructure. So if I click on this, that's my branch that I clicked on. If I click instead on this, then it takes what I click plus anything under it, and that's the branch. So let's back that up, and I'm going to say I want to copy this branch to follow this statement at the same level. And so let's scroll down and see what I got, and I got it. So let's delete branch, DB for delete branch. Let's delete this guy. I could say delete statement or delete branch. And so I think you're getting the idea of this. Now let's interplay some of the view specs and structure in here. The view specs button is gotten by saying set view specs. So we'll say set view specs, and I want an outline plus one level. Okay, and let's go ahead and remove those blank lines while we're at it. Set view spec Z. Okay, now I realize that I want to delete this branch, and I want to move this branch to be in front of some background, so I'm going to have it follow introduction at the same level. And then I'm going to delete. Now what we have is a sequence of branches, this branch, and this branch. I'm going to say delete group of branches from here through here, and it's going to take that plus all its substructure. And then I'm going to move branch, and I say branch, there could be, substructure underneath it to follow this. And now I've just completely rearranged my document, and all I've done is say DB click click, MB click click, and it's very fast and efficient. Then I can jump item here, open up another level of view. So I'm just rearranging my document here. I'm going to move this branch to follow this one. And I'm going to delete this statement, and so on. And all the while, these numbers are readjusting dynamically and also providing us a context of where we are in the document. Now I can jump back out and see how I'm doing. See how it all lines up. So let's switch back to a window that has the outline view in it. This is just another Augment turbo window. And we just looked at the integrated editor, and now I want to show you a little bit about cross-window browsing and editing.